Want to evenly space points in Blender? Here's the quickest way to do it. First, make sure the Loop Tools add-on is enabled. Next, go to Edit mode and select the points you want to space evenly. Now open the Loop Tools menu and click Spacing. That's it. All your points are now evenly spaced in seconds. Simple, clean, and super useful. Select your model and switch to Edit mode. Now choose the border edges around the area you want to select. Press F3 and search for Select Loop Inner Region. Once you activate it, Blender will automatically select the entire inner region based on your loop. It's a super fast way to isolate and edit complex shapes. First, I selected my model and entered Edit mode. Then I highlighted the area where I wanted to fix the topology. Finally, I pressed Alt+J to instantly turn the triangle faces into quads. That's it. A simple and effective way to clean up your mesh. Select your model and press Ctrl+A. Then choose Location, Rotation, Scale, or simply All Transforms if you want to apply everything. This sets the current position, rotation, and scale as the new default state, so animations, physics, and modifiers behave correctly. First, select the object you want to convert. This can be text, a curve, or any non-mesh object. Now, right-click and choose Convert to Mesh. That's it. Your object is now a real mesh, ready for modeling, editing, and sculpting. Let's create line art in Blender. First, I added a stroke to the scene. Then I applied the line art modifier. After that, I added a camera. And here's the key point. Line art only works from the camera's point of view. That's it. Now your scene displays clean and stylized line outlines. First, I set the compositor to Always so it updates in real time. Then I add an emission shader to my model and increase the strength. Next, I switch to the Compositing tab, enable Use Nodes, and add a Glare node. Using fog glow or streaks instantly gives you a smooth, realistic glow effect. Want a transparent background in Blender? Go to Render Properties. Open the Film panel. Enable Transparent. That's it. Your background is now transparent. Render as PNG and make sure RGBA is selected. Now you can place your render on any background. First, I add a sunlight and rotate it to get strong shadows. Then, in the shader editor, I use Diffuse BSDF, Shader to RGB, and a color ramp to create sharp Toon shading. After that, I add strokes and apply the line art modifier. Finally, I enable line art on the model to get clean cartoon outlines. And that's it.
Ever wondered how to turn any 3D model into voxel art in just seconds? It's easier than you think. First, select your model and head over to the Modifiers tab. We're looking for the Remesh modifier. Switch the mode to blocks. Now, the secret is the octree depth. Crank it up for more detail or keep it low for that lo-fi retro vibe. Check Remove Disconnected to clean up any stray blocks, and boom, your voxel masterpiece is ready. If this helped, hit that like button and subscribe to BlendTweaks for more quick Blender tricks.
How to bend objects in Blender. The Bend modifier allows you to curve objects easily without manually adjusting vertices. It's perfect for creating cables, pipes, roads, or stylized text, and it keeps your mesh fully editable. You don't have to worry about breaking your original geometry, making it fast and flexible. Use it when you need quick variations, multiple curved shapes, or want to test different designs without rebuilding the object from scratch. It's ideal for both cinematic scenes and game assets. How to use Edge Slide and Clamp in Blender. Edge Slide lets you move edges along the surface without changing the overall shape of your mesh. By enabling Clamp, you can keep edges locked within their limits, preventing unwanted distortion. This gives you precise control while keeping your topology clean. Use this when refining topology, adjusting edge flow, or polishing hard surface and subdivision models. It's especially useful when working on clean, production-ready geometry. This tool connects open edge loops. It turns separate parts into one clean surface. Bridge edge loops is used to close gaps in models, especially after cutting or deleting faces. It's common in hard surface modeling. Pipes, frames, and mechanical parts use it a lot. Organic models use it too. It helps connect limbs, holes, and missing sections. Without bridging, meshes stay broken. With it, the topology stays clean. If you want clean geometry, bridge edge loops is essential. Want to export your materials as textures in Blender? First, select your object and switch to cycles. Create a new image texture node and click New. Set your resolution and leave the node selected. Now go to the Render tab and open the Bake section. Choose the bake type, for example, diffuse or combined. Then click Bake. Blender will project your material onto the image. When it's done, open the image editor and click Save As. Now your texture is ready for game engines, websites, or other projects. That's how you bake and export textures in Blender.
Did your Blender model suddenly turn bright pink? Don't panic, it's not broken. It just lost the texture path. Here's the quick fix. Go to the File menu, hover over External Data, and select Find Missing Files. Now, just point it to your texture folder and you're done. Everything is back to normal. Stop manually filling faces in Blender. There's a much faster way to connect your geometry. Meet the Bridge Edge Loops tool. Whether you're connecting two separate meshes or punching a hole through a surface, this is your best friend. Just select your edge loops, hit Ctrl+E, and choose Bridge Edge Loops. Boom! Perfect topology in a single click. You can even adjust the number of cuts and smoothness in the settings panel to create complex curves instantly. Let's master two essential cutting tools in Blender, the Knife tool and Knife Project. First, hit the K key to activate the Knife tool. This gives you total freedom on your mesh. You can click anywhere to create custom cuts, solve tricky topology, or add manual detail exactly where you need it. Just remember to press Enter to confirm your cut and ESC to cancel. A pro tip, if you need your cut to go all the way through the object, just press C to enable Cut Through while you're slicing. This is a game changer for keeping your geometry consistent on both sides without extra work. Now, what if you have a specific shape, like a logo, text, or a custom pattern, that you want to project onto your mesh? That's where Knife Project comes in. To use it, select your source object first, like a 2D curve or another mesh, then Shift-select your target mesh and jump into Edit mode. From the Mesh menu, select Knife Project. Blender will use your current view angle to stamp that shape perfectly onto your geometry. It's a massive time saver for complex detailing and adding logos to your models without messing up your main workflow.
First, let's start with Track 2. Select your camera, then add a Track 2 constraint. Now choose an object as the target. No matter where the camera moves, it will always look at the object. Perfect for product shots, characters, or cinematic focus. Now let's take it further with Follow Path. Create a curve, then select your camera. Add the Follow Path constraint and choose the curve. Animate the offset factor, and your camera smoothly moves along the path. Combine Follow Path plus Track 2, and you get professional camera motion in seconds. Want to model complex objects in seconds? Add a Bezier curve, grab the Draw tool, and sketch your shape freely. Now, add a screw modifier at 360 degrees, and watch your sketch turn into a 3D mesh instantly. It's the fastest way to create vases or any radial part. Ever struggled to slant your geometry perfectly without distorting your mesh? Forget manual rotation. You need to master the Shear tool. In edit mode, you can find it in the toolbar, or simply hit Shift plus Ctrl plus Alt plus S. It sounds like a finger workout, but it's a total game changer for hard surface modeling. Unlike rotation, Shear slides your selection along a specific axis relative to your view. It's perfect for creating perfect 45-degree joints, architectural slants, or even stylized characters. Pro tip: use your middle mouse button while dragging to snap to a specific axis instantly. This tool keeps your edges parallel and your topology clean, saving you minutes of cleanup on every project. Ever wondered how to make your objects follow a perfectly smooth curve in Blender? It's easier than you think. Today, I'll show you how to use the Follow Path constraint to bring your animations to life. Let's dive in. First, you need two things, your object and a curve. Press Shift-A and add a Bezier or a circle. Scale it and shape it however you like. Now, select your object, go to the Object Constraint Properties, and add a Follow Path constraint. In the Target Picker, select your curve. you'll see your object snap to it. To make it move, click Animate Path right here in the constraint settings. If your object is facing the wrong way, just toggle the fixed position or adjust the forward and up axis settings. For a more realistic look, don't forget to check Follow Curve so your object rotates naturally as it moves along the bends. It's that simple, and there you have it. Perfect path animation in under a minute. Can't find your favorite add-ons in the new Blender? They've moved. Go to Edit, then Preferences, and click the Get Extensions tab. Just hit Allow Online Access, search for your add-on, and click Install. It's that simple. Stop placing objects one by one. Today, I'm showing you a hidden gem in Blender that will save you hours. The Scatter Objects add-on. Let's dive in. First, go to Edit greater than Preferences, search for Scatter Objects, and make sure it's checked. It's built in, so no extra downloads are needed. Select the objects you want to scatter, like these cubes, then select your target surface last. Press F3 and search for Scatter Objects. Now, just draw on your plane. You can adjust the density, scale, and rotation in the Settings panel to get that perfect random look instantly. It's the fastest way to build environments. Want pro lighting in seconds? Forget lamps, let's set up an HDRI. In World Properties, change color to Environment Texture. Hit Open and go to this path on your PC. Follow this path. Blender has built-in .exr files right here in your installation folder. Pick one, hit Rendered View, and boom! Want to create perfect circular arrays in Blender instantly? Forget the modifiers, let's use a shortcut. Select your mesh, hit Alt+E, and choose Spin. Now, the magic trick, press S to use the Spin tool's interactive mode. Just click and drag to create your array. It's the fastest way to build wheels, gears, or any circular pattern. Tired of waiting hours for a single frame to render in Blender? Let's fix that. Today, I'm going to show you my go-to settings for lightning-fast renders without sacrificing quality. Let's dive in. First, head over to your Preferences and under the System tab, make sure both your GPU and CPU are selected for rendering. This ensures Blender utilizes all your hardware power. Next, in the Render Properties, set your device to CPU Compute. To really speed things up, we're going to tweak the sampling. Set your noise threshold to 0.5. For the samples, set the max to 256 and the min to 32. This balance keeps your image clean while cutting down render time significantly. Finally, go to the Performance tab and set your tile size to 256. This is the sweet spot for modern hardware efficiency. And that's it. Hit render and watch your project fly. If you found these BlendTweaks helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more quick tips to speed up your workflow. Want to add images to your 3D scenes instantly? Here's the fastest way. Go to Add, Mesh, and select Images as Planes. Pick your photo, and boom! It's a perfect mesh plane with your texture applied. Save hours on texturing. Stop scrolling through menus in Blender. Just hit F3 to open the search bar. Type any tool or command, and it's right there. It's the fastest way to find what you need without breaking your workflow.
Stop moving every object manually. If you want your models to stick together while animating or organizing your scene, you need to master parenting. Select your child objects first, then your parent object last. Hit Ctrl+P and choose Object. Now, whenever you move, rotate, or scale the parent, the children follow perfectly, keeping their relative distance. This is essential for complex models like a car with spinning wheels or characters holding tools. It keeps your outliner clean and your workflow fast without breaking your scene structure. Save time and keep your projects organized. Ever wondered how to make objects shatter realistically in Blender? Most people think it's a manual job, but it's actually much simpler. Today, we're looking at the Cell Fracture add-on. Cell Fracture is a built-in add-on that breaks a single object into multiple smaller pieces based on noise, vertices, or even a grease pencil path. It's the foundation for any destruction simulation you see in professional VFX. So, what can you use it for? Environmental damage, breaking stone walls or cracked pavements, explosions, generating debris for realistic blast effects, motion graphics, creating that cool, stylized assembling effect by reversing the fracture. It's fast, efficient, and honestly super satisfying to watch things break. If you want to master realistic physics, Cell Fracture is a must-learn. Check out my previous video where I break down the setup step by step. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more BlendTweaks. See you in the next one.